Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing episode 1 of our Unhaul project. So today we're going to be unhauling my digital downloads. I've got my Kindle right here. It is slow and I have recently upgraded, so I need to take all of the books off of here and transfer them onto my new Kindle, which is right here. I'm reading The Spite House. It's the new Kindle Paperwhite. My old Kindle is like 6 years old, and so I'm really enjoying this, but I don't want to have to transfer like 300 books that are on here. So what we're gonna do is do sort of like a smash or pass style on all of the books on my Kindle. And I ended up creating this site to do it. I couldn't quite find what I wanted, but there was an open GitHub project, and so using my computer science degree, I spun up this little website that's definitely not idiot proof, but will suit us just fine for these purposes. So we're going to do a bracket style, smash or pass, this or that. 2 books will be presented to us. I keep one, toss the other, and we're gonna do this, I think, just 2 rounds because I have 104 books that are eligible for this. I kept off things that I'm reading for specific projects, and my Kindle also just has all of my read books on it, so the 104 is what we're working with. So if we cut that to half once, that's 52, and then half again is 26. And I'm happy with 26. As long as we can be around the 26 range, I will be happy. I think that's enough rambling. If it doesn't make sense, we'll just get into it and it'll be great. And I'm not scared at all, and everything's gonna be fine. I have to remember we're here to be brutal because this is all, the whole point of this series is to get my books more in line with who I am as a reader now versus who I thought I was before. Hopefully that all makes sense, but you're just here for brutal honesty and some unhauling. I'm gonna try to not talk too much through this because we got a lot of books to get through. Let me scooch over. So this is the site, and I'm going to grab all of the photos. 104 of them. So yeah, here we go. I did also add the keep both and keep neither buttons just in case there becomes a scenario where we need them, but let's get started. All right, first round, Bullet Train. I got when the movie came out because I was interested, but I'm not really interested in it anymore, so I'm gonna keep The Weekend away. The Obsession I had because Jessica Sutanto wrote Dial A for Aunties is what it's called, and I'm not necessarily interested in more of her stuff, so I'm gonna keep The Love Con. Nature's Best Hope is a gardening book that I had when I was hoping to become a gardener, but I don't think that's gonna happen, so Overnight Guest it is. Ooh, this is a tough one. I've read Mary Rich before. She's like fun nonfiction, and I do really want to read Fuzz. And I think if I was going to read Black Sun, I would have read Black Sun by now. So let's keep Fuzz. If you are mad at me for any of these, please comment below. I have to remember I can always re-get these books. That is not a problem. It's just, what do I have the mental space for right now? This is an easy one. Kaiju Preservation Society is a low-key 5-star prediction, so that's the one I'm keeping. Ooh. This might have to be our first keep both. Okay, here's the thing. I really want to read a Kate Alice Marshall. They always appeal to me, and I've never read one, so I just need to know where to start. But I really want that. I'm gonna keep both. We haven't used a keep both yet. Let's do it. The Westing Game, I had interest in, but it's kind of waned. I don't know what The Lies I Tell is, but the cover looks good, so let's keep that. I'm behind on Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I think there's another one I have to read before this. And I just don't know that I'm that interested, so I'm gonna do How to Kill Your Best Friend. This is an easy one. I've basically been spoiled for what happens in Rock, Paper, Scissors, so I'm gonna keep Black Eyed Susans. This is actually gonna be an easy keep none. I would keep one until the next round, but I have no interest in Ready Player 2, and Outsiders was something I thought I had to read. I think I was gonna do it for a video actually, but no, neither. Fifth Season is something that I wanted to read last year, but I've decided that I'm less interested in it now, so I'm gonna keep Women in the Library. Adult Assembly Required, I think I just got because the cover and title are fun, but I'm actually really interested in House at the Bottom of the Lake. And The Dream House and How to Survive. Okay, I'm gonna keep In the Dream House, but I'm not confident it'll stay because I think it's just a tough subject matter. And again, if I was gonna read it, I would probably have read it by now. Well, Rough Magic I have because it was recommended to me by a bookseller, and the hype with The Secret History is so good, so let's keep The Secret History. I don't really know what If Cats Disappear from the World is. It might just be a title grab, so I'm gonna keep Sundown Motel. Ooh, I'm gonna have to keep both. I'm gonna have to keep both here, and I'm sorry, but something about Olivia Dade just calls to me. I've never read one of her books, but the covers and the titles and the vibe is all just excellent. And In My Dreams I Hold a Knife is a classic of the thriller genre now, so I have to keep both. Which is nice because I think I can follow it up with a keep one. Omens was another bookseller recommendation that I think just like isn't for me. And Never Let Me Go, it's very divisive, let's say. So let's keep that. This one's a problem because I want to keep both of these. I definitely want to keep The Chain. Can you hear the cat crying? Hopefully you can't. And Marilyn, I want to keep both of these. I'm keeping both of these. Okay, this is too bad because Looking for Jane shouldn't be in here because I'm reading it for a reason. So I'm going to pick Killers of a Certain Age because that one doesn't count. You get what I'm saying. Okay, this is a tough one. We Are Never Here has been on my TBR forever, and I don't know what it's about. The mother thing too, I have no idea, but it's an amazing cover. Let's keep both. Let's keep both. This next round's gonna be awful. Fair Play is something I was interested in. It's a nonfiction, but I think if I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna do it on audio, and it's a Reese, so like, do I care? Keeping that for more. I'm gonna keep The Bone Season because I have another Emma Rue on my physical TBR. So depending on if I like that, then I will pick up their follow-up. But I'm very interested in The Bone Season. Okay, String Theory. I have absolutely no idea what this is. And I think I heard Chandler talk about Reputation, and it appealed to me at the time, so I'm going to keep it. This is one where I want to keep both. 10 Blind Dates I know is a Christmas romance. And every Christmas I'm like, wow, this would be the great time to read it. And then I don't. But I will. I swear. And The Family Game also sounds good. So keep both. This is going really well. This is such a mean one because both of these, I don't know what they are, but they're just high recommendations. Like one's an award winner and one's about memory, and that's my favorite thing. I feel like I need to do more research into these books. So let's keep both and just save it for the next round. Local Women Missing I don't super care about, but Agent Tchaikovsky I love. So I'm keeping Shardsworth. Okay, this one, Notes on an Execution, I got because it was getting all the buzz last year, and I understand that it's good, but I think it might be a little too tough for me. And I think Girl in Ice is like a sci-fi thrillery kind of thing about a girl who's frozen in ice and they don't know where she came from. Curious. 12 Days of Christmas is a Christmas book. I don't really care about the Christmas book. I guess I've already kept 2 Christmas books, but I don't care about this one. So I'm gonna keep my Dearest Darkest. Another Christmas book, of course. I don't really care about either of these. I read In 5 Years. It was I'm gonna keep neither. Okay, I have The Witches of Eastwick because there was a time I was going through a phase. We all go through a phase. I'm not really interested in it now, so I'm gonna keep The Hacienda. Shady Setup and 40 Love. Ooh, this is tough. That's another Olivia Dade, which I do want to read, but we already have an Olivia Dade on here, so I'm not gonna do that. And I'm gonna pick The Shady Setup. I don't know where I heard about it. It is blurred by Sarah Peckinman, who I love. But Empress of Salt and Fortune, I do really want to read. So that's my pick. Pretty Dead Queens, I really don't know anything about it. And I know that Where They Wait is more of like a techno thriller that it has me curious. Weight of Blood I'm not super interested in anymore. I actually just went to see Carrie the musical, and really not that much happens, and Carrie just isn't necessarily a story that I'm super interested in right now. So Strange the Dreamer it is. Why I'm no longer talking about white people about race. That's a tough one because like I've never heard anybody talk about this book. I have heard people say good things about The Bodyguard, and if I'm going to read nonfiction, it's going to be an audio. We're keeping The Bodyguard. I'm over Allie Hazelwood. I read all of the Steminist novellas. I have no interest in continuing, so that's got to go. Keeping Maybe You Should Talk to Someone. Okay, here's the thing. The closer you get, I don't think anyone's spoken about it. I think I saw the cover and read the description, and I've been hooked ever since. Not enough to read it, but I need to read this book. I need to know what it is. I need to DNF it within the first 10%, which is what's going to happen. And also Dead Silence, I started and put down because it was too similar to a book that I had just read, but had a lot of things that I like. So this is a keep both. Here's the thing. I should read Grown. But it's a challenging subject matter, and I just don't know if I'm in a place for it. I haven't been in a place for it up until now. So maybe it's time to just call it and keep out there. The End of the World House, I don't I don't know what that is. And I've heard people talk about the Nest, so I'm keeping the Nest. Truly Devious is a tough one because I don't know if it can be read as a standalone. So that definitely turns me off of it a bit. And I think I need like a reason to read it. The last one has me very curious. Let me get the last one. A Girl Like Her I have because I was going to do it for a video. I didn't end up doing it for that. So I'm going to keep the Do-Over, which I think is also a time loop, Groundhog Day kind of thing, which I love. I want to tell you right now, I'm keeping both of these. I need to know, I think And Then I Woke Up is a really short book. So I want to read it, and I'm convinced that I'm going to love The Hollow Places. I haven't gotten to it for some reason, but I should. That's a note to editing me to like prioritize this. Keep both. And it's not, we can balance it with a keep none because I don't know why I have the obsession on here. I have no interest in it. And the Frederick Bachman, I think that this is like a collection of stories that I don't know what they are, and like I have novels I would rather read, so none. Ikiga, again, no one's talked about, but I have heard great things about New Age Empire, so I'm keeping that. Four Aunties and a Wedding, I don't really have interest in it. It doesn't have great reviews now, which makes me really sad, but I loved Dial A for Aunties, and I don't really want to tarnish that, so I'm going to pretend that it doesn't exist and keep I'll Never Tell. Inkheart and the Other Me. So I have read Inkheart when I was a kid, and I would like to read it again, but I don't necessarily have to read it now, and I don't think it has to be on my Kindle. I think that should be a physical book, so I'm gonna keep it through me. Miss Oliver's Regrets, no interest in now, and I liked Vicious, and people say Vengeful is even better, so that's exciting. Okay, I was interested in the Matthew Perry one, but I think that it would sort of tarnish my love of Friends, and I don't know, I just don't really care. So keeping Carrie Soto, which is a crime that I haven't read Carrie Soto yet. I am sorry. Interesting. I actually just read Before I Do, so I don't need to keep it. So I'm keeping Crossing Games Fields. Hunger Games, I read, I think this was, do you remember at the beginning of the pandemic, everybody was reading Hunger Games? Was that just my circles that I was running in? I feel like it was really popular, but Paradox Hotel is a 5-star prediction. So absolutely we are keeping that. I remember literally nothing about Love and Other Disasters, what it's about. And I do know that I read a Patrick Radden Keefe that I really liked about Ireland. The Irish one. Say Nothing is what it's called. So I'm going to keep his new book. Elder Race vs. Burning Girls. Ooh, I want both of these. It's interesting though because we already had an AJ and Tchaikovsky, and I feel like I know more about that one than this one. But maybe that's because this one's really good and it's a hidden gem. I'm going to keep both. Okay. That's it. So end of the round, we were supposed to have 52, we have 57. That is not bad. We can come back from this. This is going to be a bad round though, so let's start the new round. I hate this. 26 is so few books. That was already so hard. Okay, I really want to read Black Eyed Susan. I need to know more about synopses. The fact that it says a novel of suspense on it, that actually turns me off a lot. So I guess we're going with New Age of Empire. This is so mean. Why are we doing this? Okay, okay. I've read one CJ Tudor and it was good but not great. And I have not yet read a Simone St. James and that has the potential to be great. So let's keep the Sundown Motel. So Bone Season is like a 2013 fantasy that sounds super interesting, but I think it might also be a series. So I'm gonna keep it. Then I Woke Up. I hate this. Okay, we're being brutal, and I really want the Kaiju Preservation Society. So that one's okay. Strange the Dreamer, I'm interested in, but I don't know if I'm gonna read it. That feels like an old booktube, like a 2016 booktube. But Rogues is nonfiction, so if I'm following my own rules, I should keep none here, which feels so bad, but I'm gonna do it. Oh, I hate this. You're just seeing all of like my pile of shame books, all of the books that like I've said I want to read for many, many years, because the last one is in there. Because I think it's about an apocalypse and there's a TV show, but they don't know that the apocalypse is happening and they think it's part of the TV show. And that sounds so good. And Merry Little Me Cute is a Christmas book. So if I want to read it for Christmas, I've got math 8 months to get it. So let's keep the last one. Okay, this one's okay. I am behind on the Wayward Children series. I've only read the first 3, so I've got some time before I need to cross the Green West Field, so I'm gonna keep the chain. Reputation, I think could be good, but it's already kind of a hard sell for me, so I'm excited about The Nest. This is so mean. Like, I'm gonna keep In My Dreams I'll Hold a Knife. That is not up for debate. But look at the cover for Mother Thing. Look how cool it is. Look how cool it is. I'm gonna click keep both. Shipwrecked is our standout Olivia Dade, so we gotta keep it. Although this is a series I'm probably like way behind. But How to Kill Your Best Friend I don't know anything about other than the title. Shipwrecked I'm gonna keep. I want the Kate Alice Marshall. I want the Kate Alice Marshall. I know that The Bodyguard is good and cute, but I want the Kate Alice Marshall. Okay. So here's the thing. Am I gonna read it on? I'm going to read The Cult of Weed, but am I gonna do it just on audio? Yes. So I'm gonna keep The Secret History. But am I gonna read The Secret History? I don't think I'm gonna read The Secret History. I don't think I'm gonna read The Secret History unless I have a very specific reason to read it. So I'm gonna keep none. I'm flabbergasted. Okay, Fuzz is a nonfiction. Why do we have so much nonfiction in here? Okay. Other short stories, which I say that I don't like, but I do like sci-fi short stories, and I haven't read one in a long time, so that's what I'm going to keep. Here's the problem. Taylor Jenkins Reid has written some of the best books ever, some of my favorite books ever. Why haven't I read Carrie Soto yet? Is it her? Is it me? But I can't get rid of it. I'm going to keep both. I'm sorry. The Other Me, literally no idea what it's about. I think maybe I know it as a different cover. But the shady setup has these dogs. So I think the dogs, even if it is a cat screaming at me right now. This is an interesting one. I think I could get rid of both of these because The Weekend Away I got because it was the Netflix film and it sounded mildly interesting. These are both thrillers that I don't know anything about, so I can keep none. That was way too decisive. Okay, Trials of Morgan Crow. I know everybody loves it, but again, I think I need a specific reason to read a middle grade, especially a big like series fantasy thing. And the closer you get, man, it's gonna be great. I don't know anything about either of these books, but they're both like thriller mysteries, kind of. I want to keep Killers of a Certain Age. This is brutal. Okay, the LoveCon. I know the LoveCon is about cosplay, which could be interesting, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep Weird Free. Again, I said The Lies I Tell I don't know anything about, so Vengeful it is. But I guess maybe we should talk to someone who's another nonfiction. How did this happen? This is just because I collect nonfiction and I never get rid of it. But I also don't know what the overnight guest is. I'm gonna keep neither. What are we doing here? I don't care if it's hypocritical. Keeping both. I want to keep both of these too. Why? We should just face the Adrian Tchaikovskys against each other. I'm gonna keep both. I'm sorry. I need to. In the Dream House, I think can go. I think it's time. I know you're great, but Empress of Love and Fortune is more for me. I haven't heard anyone speak about the do-over, and House at the Bottom of the Lake is more interesting to me, so House at the Bottom of the Lake. This is tough because both of these are like middling interest for me. Or I am definitely interested and I could see these being really good for me, but I just don't know enough. I'm drawn to Girl in Ice though, for whatever reason. If I'm facing it like this, We Were Never Here will not win against a Christmas book. And I think that means that I should get rid of it and keep 10 Blind Dates. Ooh. So these are both like techno thriller things, but I have to read The Paradox Hotel. I have to read The Paradox Hotel. Okay, and Woman in the Library is the only one left. There are 29 images left. Should we go for another round just to like double triple check? Let's do it. Let's just make sure. So when you do it like this, I am way more interested in the Sundown Motel than Girl and I. So yeah, okay. I want to keep both of these. That's fine. We're in the final round. We're just polishing. Yeah, this is another keep both. Yeah, this is a keep both. This is both. Woman in the Library is the only one we haven't talked about, which I started and then put down because I was just doing it on audio and it was too confusing. Is it going to be too confusing if I do it again? but I want to know. I at least want to read it enough to get past the part where I DNF'd it. So I'm going to keep both. This is a nonfiction, so like it could go. Sure, yeah. Okay, we're taking Vengeful. I don't know why. I don't know why, but the closer you get just wins. It just wins every time. And Killers of a Certain Age I think is good, but like, I'm gonna do this. This is definitely keep both. This is keep both. The Nest hasn't really had any competition until now. And I do know that it's middle grade. I want to know what it's about. I'm gonna keep both. Keep both. That's it. Okay. And we ended with exactly 26, which is exactly what I wanted. Okay. So I'm going to click Endgame, and it's going to show us our final results. So let me do a quick scroll through. These are all of the books that I'm keeping. Wow. I feel good about this. A lot of these are really excellent. I'm trying to think of like, if I was going to read a book now, would I do it? And there are some here that like, maybe not right now, but I do need them. And these are the many books that we rejected. Going through, there are a couple things that hurt me. My Little Meet Cute hurts me for whatever reason. Yeah, but then we get down to like the beginning. Yeah, none of these really hurt me. It's more the ones up here. So that's it. I guess we're done. That's really good. That actually makes me feel really good. That feels like a big weight off of my shoulders. A much more manageable TBR and things that I could see myself reading within the next 6 months, shall we say, instead of sitting there forever like certain books have. All right, that's it for this unhaul. Thank you for joining me. If you are interested in more unhauling, subscribe because next week we're going to be tackling my physical TBR, which I'm even more afraid of. So subscribe to watch me suffer. Thank you so much, and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye.